Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you today the standard quotation Dark Age build, which is just a build most players use. There are small variations to it depending on what you're going for. Drushing being the big one, you just definitely need to be more food heavy in that one. Even need to get some extra gold if you want to get that 3 militia out, because of course they do cost 60 gold, not 50. So in this, the goal is for me to show a lot of the new players. So if you're a player that's been playing for a while now and you know what you're doing in the Dark Age, skip over this video, it doesn't really matter. For those new players, this is what I'm getting at, because I've been talking with a lot of new players recently. I've been helping out players in the new lounge in Voobly, and a lot of people don't seem to get a few things, and I'm going to try and explain a lot of that really quickly just in this game. So the first thing you want to do with any Civ is whack down 2 houses as soon as you jump in, unless you're playing as Huns because you don't need them. In that case, these villages should go straight to wood. Alright, so now let's get into it. You want to use all your food on villages straight away and put the gather point onto any kind of forest you can straight away, because the more villager time that are idled, the more resources you're wasting, really. So until your sheep get to the town center, you want them to be doing something, and in that case it's going to be gathering wood. So once you're done there, all your villagers should go onto sheep, set your gather point there, and be all happy. Alright, so the next thing to really cover is the first 6 villages that you create the first 6 villages of your population should all be on food. That's the most important thing to note at this stage. Unless you're Britons, because they do have a 20% sheep gathering bonus, at least I think it's 20%, and that of course means that 5 villages is the equivalent of 6. So in that case, you can get your lumber camp up a little bit earlier, be a little bit happier, have a little bit more wood income, or you can go for a little bit more food. It's up to you on that one, it's no real big deal. So once you've got your 6 on your food, you want to keep them busy of course, but once you've got your 6 on your food, you want to get the next villager to build a lumber camp. And that of course, you want to put it in the best possible location. I'm going to chuck it here because I've got wood here and here available to me. And of course I just want to find those extra sheep at this stage. Found my boar though, so that's good. That's always really important. And I guess while I'm just saying this, at the moment, since we have no food after this villager, we will go for loom. Of course, could do a first drop off there, but I like to get loom pretty quickly in the game, because some scout harass can be coming in, and that's always painful to deal with if you don't have loom. So, next thing I really want to say is, rushing is expected. In any game you play, expect to be rushed. This is one thing I cannot stress enough to some people. They just say, I'm not going to get rushed in this game. Rushing is this game. It's what it is now. If you're not rushed, something weird is going on. He's either fast castling or fast imping or something. And in that case, you're going to be in trouble. So you really need to be careful with that. Expect to be rushed. And generally, from what I've seen, archers will come in between about 14-15 minutes if your opponent is quick. And that's really saying it there. So let's just look at some numbers quickly while we're waiting on this. We do currently have 3 villagers on wood. We currently have 6 villagers on food. And we have 1 villager walking out now to lure our boar. This is a personal thing for me. I always whack down a house before I get a boar. It stops me getting population blocked. Some people do it at different times. I just always seem to do it at the same time. It's just something I do. And of course, that's down to personal preference. Next villager should go straight over here to our forage bushes, which is normal, and of course you will have that extra bit of wood that you need to build that before you get shot off. And I'm just trying to deal with not having lag here, it's just not normal. And of course something else that I haven't been putting into practice in this game, but it's really important, is the fact that you should always be creating villagers, always. There's no excuse to not be creating a villager. Your town center always needs to be busy. Always, always, always. And that boar should be dead. And actually I need to keep 1 villager on that sheep there. But that's something really important that I've got to say. Your town center should always be doing something. And like I said, you can get this mill down, of course, before this villager needs to make a trip back to the town center. Really important thing to say there as well. So let's have another quick recap on what we had. We have now 7 villagers on food, which is sheep or meat, so animals. Then we have 3 on wood. And we're going to end up with 4 on berries. This, of course, can vary depending on what you want. It's always a little bit iffy for people to decide what they want there. It's no real big deal, but it's just the way that most people seem to do it. And of course, there is a bit of difference there. So once you've got your 4 onto berries, you want to whack another 2 onto wood, which of course will give you that wood count to get that barracks up just in time to make sure you're in time for feudal age. And how's this boar doing? Not too badly. How are you doing? 9, 8, 7. Alright, so we'll use this villager here to grab our other boar. Hopefully before it kills that sheep. There we go. So we'll just whack it there, whatever. And we'll go for 5 onto here. Which again, that's normal. If you see any more than 3 at the start of the game, generally means there's probably going to be a barracks coming up quite early. And that's just natural. Alright, so next villagers here. We're currently on 17. They should be going to food right now. So food, that's good. And of course, rally points do help. It really helps reduce the amount there. And I'm going to move him up here, actually, just because I want them all to go into this boar next. But as well, luring boar, it's done. If you want to play at a high level, you will have to lure boar. And let's actually get him to head this way. But yeah, if you want to play at a high level, you have to lure boar. You can get away with not doing it, however, you will have trouble in higher level games. Mainly due to the fact that you'll have a low wood count, because you'll need to get those farms up nice and quick. And hopefully this boar will die just about now. There we go. And of course, finishing off that sheep there. And I've been not paying attention to my villagers whatsoever because I've been trying to explain this really well to you guys. And hopefully, of course, you will not be looking at my skill level in this, and hopefully looking at, not saying I'm playing like I would, but you need to pay attention to the numbers. The numbers are what are really big in this game. And actually, you can just get onto that. I don't know if you're going to have enough room. Alright, so now we're up to about 20 villagers. So our next one will go to food. So we'll have a good food income, and we'll be able to go up as soon as we get to 22 villagers. That is the key there. And this should get you up between 10:30, 12 minutes, 10:30, 11 minutes, 12, that's really late. So that's just standard on how that goes there. And of course, the next bit here depends on what you want to do. If you want to scout rush your opponent, put these 2 villagers onto food. If you want to go for an archer rush, put them onto this gold over here, which is really important. And always remember to put that gold camp up, of course. It's really important to have there. It will affect your wood income, of course, but it is nice to have available. So, keeping these guys busy. And of course, as soon as you're done there, feudal, 2 villagers that have lured generally go down with farms because you want to keep them close to the town center, because generally they're the injured ones and they can be picked off by scouts and things at the most dangerous. So we're going up to feudal age now, and of course you could have put your barracks up by now, but I'm just going to whack it up now. And of course putting it there because it's smart. Getting a house up straight after this as well, so you don't accidentally population block yourself, is always a good idea as well. So hopefully you've managed to take something out of this, because this is something I haven't seen covered yet, which is really, really important. This is pretty much the standard build. And now you really have the choice to send some to barriers, send some to wood, send them whatever you want. You can put some more farms up if you want, send a few more to gold. You can do what you want here. This is up to your personal preference, really, on what type of rush you're doing and how you're going to do it, how you're going to attack your opponent, etc. So I haven't covered things like scouting in this game. I've covered them in other tutorials already. I've covered placement in other tutorials, so you can see them without too much trouble. And really this should just be getting you through. So I really hope you've taken something out of this, especially the numbers. Those numbers are quite important. You won't do as well as you would without using this style of build. Of course, drushing is completely different, so don't try and use this for drushing. Most likely, you will most likely get really hurt. So there we go. That's going to be it. I'm going to conclude this video now. So thanks for watching, and I hope this has helped all you guys out there who are just starting into the game. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.